Good morning. My name is Corey Sullivan. I'm a former outfielder for your Colorado Rockies, and currently I'm an analyst with AT&T Sportsnet. I'm extremely excited to welcome all of you to the unveiling ceremony for the All-Star Legacy baseball and softball fields here at John F. Kennedy High School. Throughout the week, Major League Baseball and the Colorado Rockies organization will formalize their support of several organizations that support groups in need across the greater Denver area as part of the All-Star Legacy Initiative. Each year, improving baseball and softball fields is a central focus for this special effort. Denver's Midsummer Classic is no exception. MLB and the Rockies work closely to identify projects that would make the greatest impact throughout our communities. And I believe they've certainly selected a worthy recipient in John F. Kennedy High School. For quick background, the field that we're currently standing on was deemed unsafe and therefore unplayable. The JFK baseball team was unable to call this field home for quite some time. That all changes today. To start us off today, I'm all right with that. Please welcome Denver Deputy Mayor Murphy Robinson.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Denver. I am just so thrilled to be here with you all today to celebrate not only the All-Star game coming to Denver, but also this legacy field. Before I start, I want to recognize just a few folks. Our wonderful chairman and CEO of the Rockies, Dick Monfort. The Chief Baseball Development Officer with MLB, Tony Reagans. My wonderful friend, President of the Rockies, Greg Fiesel. As well as the DPS Superintendent, Alex Maero. I will tell you this. This field is not just a legacy project for MLB, the Rockies, and this neighborhood, but it has a rich legacy for all the people in this neighborhood. I know this because I was one of the students that grew up in this neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. I played Little League Baseball on this field many, many years ago. And I will tell you how important this field and what the MLB and the Rockies has done for our community in getting this field back to where it can be used again for our community. We are so thankful for the partnership. We're so thankful for the community organization that the Rockies and the MLB bring to our neighborhoods, because this is what All-Star is all about. Really bringing the community as a part of all that happens when it comes to baseball. So I look forward to coming to some of the Commanders games. I look forward to coming and having my daughter and son play Little League at this field again. And I want to thank MLB. I want to thank the Colorado Rockies and all the people, all the partners, Scott's and all the partners that made this happen. Thank you so much, and we look forward to a wonderful week.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Robinson. Year in and year out, the Rockies organization have generously supported field renovations throughout Greater Denver. This is yet another beautiful project to add to their list. Furthermore, these fields at Kennedy High School will continue to support the Rockies RBI program. To speak on behalf of our All-Star host, please welcome the owner, chairman, and CEO of your Colorado Rockies, Dick Monfort.
Thanks, Corey. Thank you all for being here. You know, having an all-star game is pretty cool. It's great for the city. It's great for the businesses. But something that goes unnoticed is this. It's great for the community. And in baseball, and I don't want to steal any of Tony's thunder, but, you know, it's a known fact, the more kids we can get out to the baseball fields, male and female, playing the game, the bigger the chance of them watching our games at some point in time. So this was a perfect match, and there were a lot of perfect matches, but this one was the one that we deemed the most important for the community. And we've got some other grants that we're going to do later, but I'm just so thrilled. Both my kids played baseball, and they were fortunate to have nice fields, and it's important that Kennedy has great fields, and hopefully this will bring you many championships along the way. And we appreciate all you do in this community, everything all of you do to help the kids and support the kids. So thank you.
Thank you, Dick. Our next speaker has led efforts by Major League Baseball to support initiatives and programs for both baseball and softball from the grassroots levels all the way to the elite levels. If you see anything baseball or softball related this week, you know he's involved in a big way. Please welcome MLB's Chief Baseball Development Officer, Tony Regans.
Thank you. Good afternoon. No, we're still in morning, so good morning. It's been a busy few days here so far. On behalf of Major League Baseball, I'd like to thank Dick. I mean, you've done a tremendous job already. Appreciate the partnership. Jim Kellogg, who has been outstanding to work with over the last 2.5 months, and the Colorado Rockies baseball family. Scott, thank you for coming today. Extremely important to have an active player here with us today, so thank you. John Andrew, I saw John earlier. John is with the Denver Public Schools. Thank you. Christy Frank is an old friend that has helped us with many of these projects with Magical Builders. They've done an outstanding job, working with us. Thank you. And then lastly, I'd like to thank Scott's. Scott's has been a great partner in this effort. Their generous donation of product for this field and many others to keep these fields alive for the future is tremendous and is extremely important. Giving young people every opportunity to play our game is one of the most important efforts at Major League Baseball. Combined with our Play Ball initiative, renovating youth fields and making them safe and playable is a primary focus of our efforts. We have renovated dozens and built dozens of baseball fields around the country during this All-Star Legacy Initiative. That's led to more kids playing the game, both baseball and softball, around the country. The fact that we're helping to bring this field back to life, making it safe, making it playable, making the kids, giving them the opportunity to play on this field in the future is extremely important and truly exciting. And to know that we could play a small part in helping John F. Kennedy recruit more students, more student athletes, and make these programs even more competitive is just as exciting. For 4 of the last 5 years, baseball and softball has combined to be the most participated sport in the country. The gains in participation that our sports made is certainly encouraging. We're committed to continuing and improving these efforts and building on that progress. And with fields like this, we're certainly headed in the right direction. Thank you for allowing us to partner with you all. We're looking forward to many more games being played on this field. John F. Kennedy, we appreciate you. Keep working at it. And we look forward to many, many more games in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Our next guest is a pretty special guest. I know from experience that as a former player myself, but as a current player, you get pulled in a lot of different directions. And for this young man to show some respect and come out and be a part of his team's community, it's a pretty big deal. He may not be pitching in the All-Star game on Tuesday, but I think he's an all-star in every way to this community. Everybody give a big round of applause for Scott Oberg. Scott, you heard Tony talk about the importance of playing on quality fields. Tell us your thoughts on how this field looks and what it could do for the kids at JFK.
I think the importance of playing on a quality field, especially at this level. I remember the field that I grew up playing on in high school was built on an old swamp. So whenever it rained, we got washed out, and there'd be many times we'd have to play a home game on the road. So I certainly understand the value of playing on a great competitive field, and this is what has been done behind us. So this is a great opportunity for everybody involved, and I'm sure that this community is tremendously grateful for the opportunity to play on this field moving forward.
So we have both the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game coming up, which features some very intimidating, scary hitters. And I'm sure people out there, they always like to know, who is the one hitter you absolutely do not want to face?
Buster Posey's got a few hits off of me, a couple home runs. Juan Soto's another guy that I don't really like facing too often. And that shortstop over with the Padres is pretty good too.
Yeah, he is pretty talented. Hopefully they'll put on quite the show this week for the All-Star and for the fans and for the community at Denver. Thank you, Scott, very much for being a part of this. So we talked about how beautiful this field looks. And you can't have a beautiful baseball field without an expanse of beautiful green grass. And while we certainly have that now, baseball and softball requires ongoing maintenance. Scott, the official lawn care company of MLB, offered some serious help in that regard for JFK's baseball and softball fields by donating product to help with grass maintenance moving forward. Let's welcome their Director of Innovation and Private Label, Latina Eisler. Couldn't do the one name.
That's all right. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much here on behalf of Scott's, but I'm also right down the road in a community nearby. And really, to be part of such a meaningful project like this in beautification, I think it warms everybody's heart, right? I'd like to thank the MLB, the John F. Kennedy High School, thank you so much, and the Colorado Rockies. This is just a fabulous experience Scott's is thrilled to be a part of. Look, we spent a year, a lot of it inside. Gosh, what a great excuse to get outside, get our youth outside, get our community outside. And we love to be a part of that. Scott's has a Grow More Good campaign where the goal is 10 million kids to get out and garden, understand what that means, to get out and enjoy those green spaces, and love working with the MLB for the past 6 years to refurbish these outdoor softball and baseball fields, and can't wait to continue that moving forward. So thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this.
Thank you, Lanita. To bring us home, allow me to introduce Denver's brand new superintendent, Dr. Alex Marrero, to speak on behalf of Denver Public Schools.
Thank you. Thank you all. What an onboarding this has been. I think that this is divine intervention because if you didn't know, those of us who were tuned in for the superintendent search, I am an avid baseball fan. I want to say it has been, or maybe someone who was passed on, right? So let me first say thanks to Major League Baseball. Thank you to the Colorado Rockies, of course. Thank you to our DPS staff who made it happen. Handshakes this morning were tough and blistered because of the hard work that they've been putting in. So John Andrews and your entire team, much appreciated. I also want to highlight our reality, that this is going to be an incredible welcome, an incredible presentation after, arguably for us, the most difficult year and a half that we've ever experienced, and possibly, without a shadow of a doubt, for those student scholars sitting behind those cameras, the toughest year and a half of your entire life. So what a way to welcome this new year and our new normalcy. So how exciting is that for JFK? I also want to mention a couple of quotes, because I have to, right? One being, don't hold this against me, Rockies. All right, I'm from New York, right? And someone by the name of Babe Ruth, a little slap hitter. You've heard of him before, right? Don't let the fear of striking out get in your way. So that applies not only in the baseball field and in this batter's box or when you're on the mound, but also in life. It is exactly my story. Know the fear of what you can or cannot accomplish and being able to take that leap. So that goes to everybody who's tuned in and, of course, to our student scholars. I want to talk about the baseball diamond and what it represents. It's not just an incredible, picturesque opportunity in a field of opportunity in a field of dreams. It is a safe haven. It was for me, the has-been that was. That's where I escaped and had long, long hours of practicing and getting away from the life that I had outside of school. So this is much more than the field of opportunity. It is a safe haven for many of us. And I'll end with the second quote. And this is very, very impactful and magical. Some would say it doesn't make sense. It makes absolute sense to me. Baseball is 90% mental and 0.5% physical. That's another Yankee, if you guys didn't know, the great Yogi Berra. And that is for you all, student scholars. You're scholars and athletes, student athletes. The student comes before the athlete, meaning that 90% mental means that the best hitter is someone who's looking at that pitcher. Isn't that right, Scott? And the best pitcher is the one who's calculated, and the best fieldman is the one who's looking at the next inning, right? So it begins here. You're a scholar before an athlete, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on this field, and in particular, as we bring home championship JFK. I'm looking forward to these games. I'm looking forward to these games. And it's all about our student athletes. So I have the privilege of bringing up two of our student athletes, our scholars, Ron Gallegos from the baseball team, and Aaliyah Lanford from our softball team. Ron?
Hello everyone, my name is Ron Gallegos. I just want to say how very honored I feel to be standing here today in front of you all on this beautiful new field representing the John F. Kennedy baseball program. This is a momentous day for the John F. Kennedy baseball and softball teams. I've lived in the Bear Valley community my whole life. I played baseball since I was 5 years old. It had a huge impact on my life. I also grew up playing sports for the youth feeder programs for John F. Kennedy High School. Growing up, I couldn't wait to be a Kennedy Commander. As a student athlete, my hope was to get high school and make an impact both on the field and in the classroom. And I opted to stay loyal to my neighborhood. Playing Little League Baseball in the neighborhood came with some challenges for me and my parents. First, there is not a huge baseball presence in this area, not like the other communities and high schools I have played against over the years. Finding a team to play on close to home was difficult. My coaches would struggle to find practice and game fields. As we got older, we were fortunate enough to share the fields at Kennedy with the high school players. The fields had definitely seen better days, but we were happy to play ball on a full-size field at the high school I wanted to attend one day. When I talked to Coach about what I wanted to say in my speech today, I felt it was very important to talk about what this means for the community. This is obviously a great thing for the players and students here, for those of us who get to play on these fields. But my hope is for the impact to be felt in the younger generation also, and to revive and bring awareness to the sport of baseball in this community. I hope that it encourages a little girl or boy in the neighborhood to pick up a ball and glove. For the kid who played ball his whole life and isn't sure if he wants to play in high school or loses his way, I hope this new field encourages him to keep playing. For the 8th grader in the community who is undecided on which high school to attend, I hope it persuades you to want to become a commander. And lastly, that it brings more support and awareness to the little guys and girls in the area playing so they don't face the same challenges that my team did growing up. I want to give a shout out to DPS staff, Coach Ty, Coach Gary, and all the people behind the scenes who helped make this possible for Kennedy. I would like to especially thank Mr. Brewer for his passion, dedication, and belief in our baseball program enough to ensure Kennedy was chosen for this amazing gift. Believe me when I say this, I can't wait to play my first official career home game on a field that truly feels like home. On behalf of past, present, and future Kennedy baseball players, I want to sincerely thank the MLB Legacy Project and the Colorado Rockies for this gift and investing in our community. Hopefully it shows others why baseball will always be America's favorite pastime. Thank you.
How are you?
So, unlike my fellow commander, Ron, I will be keeping it short and sweet, like me. After being deemed unplayable, our field has been completely changed in appearance. Yet our memories and legacy will remain. I am blessed to have had such an amazing experience and have such amazing memories with my coaches, family, and etc., all of you guys. I have been able to learn not only the game, but self-discipline, teamwork, and perseverance. And that's something that our coaches have drilled into our minds constantly, always implementing that not only is the game a part of the actual game itself, but it brings aspects into your life that you need to learn and carry with you. It's been a great experience seeing everyone, including our baseball players and softball players, who share the same passion for our sport, come together for our community and for this opportunity in itself. And it's been said a lot, and I'll be able to say it again, out with the old, in with the new. And I thank DPS, MLB, and the Rockies for the upcoming experiences and memories we will have with our new fields. Thank you so much, and may the legacy carry on with a new face.
Those are tough shoes to follow. Unfortunately, I just get to close the ceremony now. That's all. Hopefully we can bring out the ceremonial ribbon for our special guest to formally open JFK baseball field so these kids can have some fun.